Un corte. Mucho echaste. Deja café ahí.
She right. I put too much coffee.
¿Eh?
Gotta get my weed. What the fuck? Fuck. I don't have any wrap. Shit. Alright, time to go get some wrap. Gotta buy wrap because I forgot to get wrap for today's show. You know what I mean? I don't feel like myself when I don't have some weed in my system. You know, like that Snicker bar commercial? You're not you when you don't have a Snickers. Can I have a vanilla Bonneville? The triple vanilla? Woo! Got my got my Bluntville today. Well, time to call my guest and find out what time he's coming. Oh, no, I'm just trying to open this. Sometimes it gets stuck. There we go. Now you must be asking, why am I alone in the bathroom? My parents are Christian. They got cameras everywhere. So I have to roll in here. Rolling up my weed, 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 rolling up, rolling up. Yay! All right, there we go. I got my little stick here to hold on to the phone. Anyway, so let's go. Ba, 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 ba. So I got some bad news. I was supposed to have a guest today, and he's sick. He got the cold. He doesn't have COVID. He has the cold, like a little tiny cold. I don't know. You got the sniffles, but yeah, it sucks because I was really looking forward to talking to him, and now I gotta talk to my damn self. Damn. As you can see, we are walking outside. The reason for this is because currently I have to do my show wherever possible. You see, even if you don't have a studio or an apartment, you're just sleeping on your mother's couch, you still gotta do the show. You know, you gotta keep moving. I got big dreams. I have to fulfill them, even if I just have to stick this little phone right here. But it's okay. We're gonna have a nice conversation today at the park about a couple things. Maybe not the stuff that I was planning to talk about today. Maybe just some random shit while I'm high. I don't fucking know. So, we're in my beautiful, beautiful park. Kind of grew up here. we're gonna find a nice little spot. Well, it's my spot. It's a spot that I use all the time, you know? It's actually right here. This is nice. You know what I like about this park? It's usually empty. But I really don't like that the sun is beaming in my face. I'm probably gonna move to a different spot where there's a little bit more shade. Probably, we can go over there. All right, now we're pulling up to the spot. Nice and shady over here. So let's start this off. What's up, guys? Lucifer here. Lucifer Constantine, that is. And I'm here back on the 3rd episode. But unfortunately, it's with me, myself, and I. And let's just start it off by doing what I love doing the most. Well, that's not true. It's not. I don't love doing it the most, you know. I'm just nervous right now, so I'm saying a lot of shit. But let's start off by lighting up. There we go. Now excuse my lips, because I can tell from watching this screen that they are ashy and dry as hell, but I forgot to bring chapstick, so bear with me. I'm pretty sure a lot of you got ashy lips too when you smoking. You saw that, right? He gone. All right. God, tell me that. Yo, do you see the cop rolling by? So, my headphones just died, and I just realized it's mad loud out here, especially with the Dominicans. Se lo mato la goma. Oh. Anyway, we're gonna look for a new spot. Too many Dominicans. I'm half Dominican, not even. Actually, well, more on that later. My mom's Dominican, but I'll tell you why later. I say that I'm not even half Dominican. Oh, Popo. I don't got no guest, but guess what? You my guest. You, my fans. This show for me and you. It's gotta be just me and you, and we good. I don't need nobody else. I don't need nobody. Anyway, we're gonna come back to my little spot over here, and we're gonna have a little chat right here. Yeah, have a little chat. Hopefully without interruptions. So, let's relight this blunt and get the show on the road. So, yeah, it's pretty quiet now. Pretty hot too, you know. It's been an interesting day, but we're gonna get through it together. shirt. Yeah, I got Tasmanian Devil, Coyote, Martian, Daffy Duck, Sylvester, Tweety, Bugs Bunny. I don't think I have Lola. Do I have Lola? Damn, I don't got Lola. That's a sexy ass bunny right there. But I lost my train of thought being out here dealing with all these distractions. But let's get this blunt lit, right? It's okay though. Soon I'll be in my apartment, get an apartment finally in the next couple weeks, and then we'll have some more alone time, more quietness, because I'm gonna set up my apartment really nice as a studio with foam and everything. This is some really good weed. I get my weed from Queens, New York. I'm not gonna tell you where, but I get it from Queens. It's really good shit. And you may ask, why do I still get my shit from Queens? Well, because dispensaries are expensive. And if I can get $25, scratch that. If I can get an eighth for $25, that is better than going to the dispensary. Plus, like, I kind of knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, because I go see my son in Queens, who lives in Queens, and then I just get my shit and come back. It's so technical nowadays. You gotta be hiding what you smoking. Be careful what you say. Honestly, I really don't give a fuck, because it's fucking ridiculous. Like, weed has already been proven by doctors, scientists, botanists, that is good for you. Now, it don't affect everybody the same way. That I understand. But that is your own individualistic decision, whether or not weed is for you. Whether it is or not, good for you. It is for me though. And I'm getting tired of having to hide that I smoke it. Not just from the cops, but even from my mother, but that's because my mom's Christian, she with the Lord. She believe in God and the church and Christianity and the gospel and the Bible. Now, I'm pretty sure you're asking, well, how your mom Christian, but your name is Lucifer? Well, to answer that question simply, without going into too many details, I changed my damn name legally. My name is legally now Lucifer Wolf Constantine. Yeah, I love that name. I like the name. It fits me. And I'm not gonna talk about it now, but if you guys really want to know, just comment, subscribe, show me that you love me, and I'll probably tell you more about me. But honestly, when it comes to my parents, I don't like that I have to hide who I really am. Cause see, I don't got nothing against Jesus. I love Jesus. I grew up in church since I was a kid. I was born in the gospel. My birth name is Christian as well, But when you grow up in this box named Christianity, and I call it a box because Christianity is a box, There's many Christian boxes with many different rules and different beliefs, but this one particular box that I lived in had its own set of rules, and so therefore I lived in the box for most of my life, this Christian box. And I studied the Bible. really hard. I tried really hard to be, to embrace the Holy Spirit. Like I would see people like, speak in tongues and shake and dance in the Holy Ghost. But I never felt it myself. I didn't know why. Maybe I felt like I started to feel like maybe I was unworthy. Like God didn't love me enough, so I guess I couldn't receive the power. But as I got older, things became a lot clearer. And I realized in studying the Bible and studying Christianity that they all got it wrong. So fucking wrong. You see, because, and I don't want to go too deeply into this because then we're going to get into the, we're already in the topic of religion, but I don't want to get deeper because people get mad sometimes. And I don't want to get people mad unless they want to hear my opinion. So I'm just going to end it real quick with this. I love Jesus. I love what he stood for. I love what he represents. I follow his philosophy as best as I can as a human being. But my interpretation of his life means that he died on the cross so that mankind would never go to hell for sin. Because God finally realized that we are one of the same. And it's like that movie, what's that called? The movie, that Christian movie, it's called The Cabin. I think it's called The Cabin or something like that. I don't remember, but it's about this father who loses his daughter, and his daughter gets killed by some serial killer or pedophile, whatever. And basically he ends up meeting God and Jesus. And basically the moral of the story is that God was trying to teach him that when you have kids, when you have your creation in front of you and you realize that they are in the image that you made them, and one does good and one does bad, you can't choose between them because you love both of them. And if God is all loving, then that means God understands the balance of the universe. The fact that chaos and order have to exist simultaneously. Good and bad always got to be together. Because truth is, in my opinion, what I got off of it is that there is good or bad. Good or bad is relative to the individual and what they believe in, because what's been good and bad has changed over the years. It has changed. What was good before could be bad now. What was bad before could be good now. Just like weed. Look at weed. Weed is a perfect example, right? Weed was seen as this bad drug. This what you call it? This doorway drug. The doorway to heroin, cocaine, all the messy drugs. And, they had so many nicknames from it. They named it the devil's lettuce. They said, oh, that's just a gateway drug. All these fucked up, discrimination against weed. It's discrimination. And, for years and years, people did not want to dive into it. They wanted to stay away from it, or at least make people believe that it was something to be afraid of, so that people would stay away from it, right? And now we're realizing that we were wrong. That what we thought was bad is actually one of the best things, because weed has been used for treating cancer, pain, anxiety, depression, stomach aches, IBS, so many things. And that's the thing that I got from Jesus, is that God loves everybody, good or bad, sin or no sin. But nowadays, Christians just want to interpret their own way. You know, they want to stick to their old traditions instead of adapting. But like I said, I don't want to get into it because I can speak forever on religion. You guys want to hear about religion? Let me know, and I can speak to you about religion. I've studied many religions, many philosophies, many occult things. If you guys want to hear more about that, we can talk about that. I don't mind. But yeah, like, I'm high right now. I don't look. I got this whole thing. It's because I inhale. When I smoke, I've been taught by one of the best smokers that sorry, there was like a low power mode, but I was taught by the best smokers that you gotta inhale slowly, like you love that shit, like yeah, like I'm straight right now. See that? I like left it in my lungs. And this is a pretty fat blunt. I could probably smoke this whole thing, but I won't. I like to sometimes save. If I'm already high, I know my limitations. I don't like going too high where I feel, too slow. Uh, like I got brain damage, you know. When I was a teenager, I was against weed, but that was because my parents, the Christian beliefs, So I knew my brothers, my older brothers, my sisters smoked, right? And I knew some of my friends in high school smoked. And I was so arrogant, so fucking arrogant when I was a teenager, Like, I would say, oh, that shit kills the brain cells. Oh, that shit makes you stupid. Oh, I don't like potheads. Oh, I don't like hanging out with my brother or my sister because they smoke too much and shit like that. Like, I used to have those kind of fucking thoughts. And I was just so against it. So fucking against it. But then again, I lived in that box. And then I went to the military. Yeah, I went to the military right after high school. I went to the Air Force. I was security forces. I was a cop. Yeah, I was military police. And that's when things really changed for me because, I started finally exploring the world. I was away from the box and I was outside of the box. And being outside of the box felt weird. It was scary, really scary. I kind of felt comfortable going into boot camp because it was a familiar territory. Reason being is because I had a rough bring up. And in high school, I was in NJROTC. So I was used to discipline and face movements, drill, being screamed at in my face. I'm used to all that shit. So boot camp was easy for me in a way, And then when I finally finished school in the military and became a cop and finally got sent to South Jersey as my first base, that's when I really started to have fun. Like I drank for the first time. Never drank my whole teenage life. Never smoked a cigarette. None of that. And I did all of that in the military. I finally fornicated a lot. Woo! Yeah. It was fun, because what it's like to be in a box your whole life and then you get outside of the box and what everybody calls sin is just being human. And you're like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. You know, I got to try so many different types of women: white women, black women, Hispanic women. Woo! None of that would have been possible if I didn't get myself out of the box, because I was really enclosed. I enclosed myself to the beliefs that I grew up with. But see, that's the thing. Knowledge is power, but knowledge is also wisdom and being woken up. When you read books, like the books I've read, you get woken up to all the bullshit. I was a completely different person back then. I don't even recognize myself right now. I feel like two different people. Like one person is the one that went through all of that, and the other person is this person right here. And yeah, it's just interesting. Really interesting. I wonder if there will ever come a time where like people, and maybe I actually think it's possible, but what I'm trying to say is, like, would people just smoke, like, walking around, like, in California, like, when I went to California, yo, you could smoke anywhere, almost anywhere, but, like, a lot more than here. You don't got to worry about the cops pulling you over, or, like, freaking stopping you on the street. Like, such a different vibe. But I want Jersey to be like that. I love this state. It may have its flaws. It has flaws. It has a lot of flaws. But it's a beautiful state. It's beautiful. It's next to the ocean. We're 15 minutes from New York. Beautiful things here. But like, people act like they don't give a fuck about it. Like, they treat this state like a trash state. And I know the taxes are high in this state. It's one of the highest taxes in the country, which sucks. And it's probably because of all the welfare that the state uses, and I understand in a way, but it's like, we gotta do better. We gotta find a way to stop being in this endless circle of poverty and worrying about a job. Like you ever realize that we are in the most advanced era of our entire life? The things that we have created as a race is amazing. I still remember when in the 90s, when I was in first grade, second grade, when they still had the Apple computers with the color backs. They were like blue, red, green. I still remember when my stepfather brought the first computer home, a Microsoft computer, looked like a box. And what? A little over 20 years, we have this, what I'm filming myself with now. And you're telling me that in all this fucking time, with all the resource, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the fucking money that we have, how the fuck we still have poverty? How the fuck we still have welfare problems? Either there's some selfish niggas out there that don't give a fuck about their people, or something else is going on. Because I would have thought by now, as a human, you would be able to be born and really do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, you could. But unfortunately, not everyone is born equal. Because you have people who are born in poverty. What options do they really have but to use the system and get stuck in the same trenches and cycles that their people get into? How are they supposed to change? How are children of our future supposed to develop a different mentality? That truck is way too loud. How are our children for the future supposed to change their mentality and become better than us and wiser and more resourceful than us if we're leaving them to strive for themselves out in the streets? Maybe not all of them, because middle class, high class, they may have money to put their kids through and give them a little better chance. Then again, it all depends on their parenting skills. It depends on how that kid is being raised, how he's being influenced, he or she. So many factors, right? But yet, the government, this country, still finds a way to force these people to have to work for a living in order to live for something. When we're all dreamers, can't you imagine a world where we're just being creative? I can. And I think that we all can see it too. So why don't we make it happen? Make a creative world, not a world of war, of poverty, but a world where we actually give a fuck about each other and we stop wasting so many damn resources. You know, like, what much do we need? Don't we just need family, activities, food, home? That's it. What else you need? We can be creative without having to earn money for it, but we do it to better humankind. Right? Don't we do it for others? Oh, but we do it for others and we need money. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta be that way too. Why I gotta be that way? Because that's the world that I live in. That's society. I have no choice. But I'm hoping that me, and maybe some like-minded people like me, could change that. Make a world where my son can actually just live his life, be human, enjoy food, enjoy the land, activities, being with other humans, traveling, not having to work or stress himself to death. Because I think that it's our jobs that take that attention away from children. Children, in order to be fully developed, need 100% attention from their parents. But how can their parents focus on them when their parents are busy focusing on paying the bills? That's what happens a lot in this country and other countries. Everything is directed by money instead of fruitfulness and abundance, the abundance that we already have. Yo, I haven't eaten breakfast. I'm hungry. You know what? Let me show you how I chef it up in the kitchen. And I'm high as hell right now. Hold on, I forgot to get something. Before we start with the cooking, chapstick for these ashy lips. Welcome to Lucifer's Kitchen. Gonna need a couple things from the fridge. Some bacon, 2 eggs, some butter. Ma, no hace cebolla.
Sí.
¿Dónde?
En mi cara, está bien ahí.
En mi cara. Ah, pero no es blanca.
No, blancas y no hay, mi amor.
Oh, I'm going to have to use a red onion. We got butter, onions, hash brown, 2 eggs, bacon. Gotta always wash your hands before you cook. onion. I do use this. Cut down the onion. It goes with the special. Here I got 2 pots. Time to enjoy this food. Well, that's all that I have for you guys today. I'm about to chow down, and thanks for watching. Subscribe. See you on the next one.